started as a way of just kind of testing the waters. I found out about TCG players. Like, I have this large amount of bulk. Let me see if I can sell this stuff. I was watching TCG Bulk Kings. He was the one that I primarily saw doing this. I was like, why not give it a try? Like, what could hurt? So, started selling some bulk cards initially as a way to listing it and getting just regular marketplace sales. The faster I can flush it and push it, the more of a return I get, and the faster I can go out and purchase more. So I decided to nuke my TCG player inventory. I had done enough business at that point that I purchased a scanner to be able to assist with chaos sorting and everything, and using software like Card Uploader. So we are going back to set and alpha sorting everything with the plans of, once I get a decent amount of the inventory back in and get my sales numbers back up on TCG Player, I will be applying for direct. That way I can start flushing that volume. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. I have approximately, before I nuked my TCG Player inventory, I had approximately 15,000 cards listed. On eBay, I think I'm sitting right at 1,800 listings. Some of those are multi-quantity, so probably over 2,000 cards on eBay. Other than the popular Pokemon, ultra rares, full arts, illustration rares on eBay, I have some Yu-Gi-Oh on there. It's older stuff, but it's damaged. Just threw it on there as a test to see if it would sell through. It sells every once in a while. It's not bad. It's decent. There's people out there that, when it comes to certain things, they don't care as much about condition. There's even people out there that specifically collect damaged cards. So other than the Yu-Gi-Oh and the Pokemon, got some One Piece on there. It's mostly Japanese One Piece. I think I have some English mixed in. I'd have to double check. The other TCGs that I have on eBay are ones that the language that they're in are not supported on TCG Player. So Japanese Vice Wars, Chinese Pokemon. I've got some Magic the Gathering on there, but I'm probably going to pull that in those listings and push it back over to TCG Player, because that was more of like a little test, and I know TCG Player does, or Magic does a lot better on TCG Player most of the time. So we'll be doing that. And yeah, that's where we're at right now. So I figured that since I destroyed my inventory, basically starting fresh with TCG Player, it'd be a good time to start some content and see where this goes. So right now, on the way to go pick up a little bulk collection of cards, a couple thousand Pokemon cards, nothing too crazy. Once I get those, we'll get them back to the house, back to the office, and we will get in there, see what we got, maybe we'll look around the operation of what we got going on, and see what else we can get into. So, once I go get these picked up, we'll get on back, and we'll see what we got. Alright, so we just had a little successful bulk transaction. Nothing too terrible, about 1,600 cards. So we are going to get out of here and head on back to the house and get in the office and kind of take a little look through what we got. Met at a Walmart, fortunately, and was able to go in there and store a few sleeved packs of Pitch Black. So we'll probably open those up later, see if we can get anything to add to our collection, and hopefully we can get that Mega Darkrai or the Morpeko. Would absolutely love that. Anyway, once we get back to the office, we'll be back and see what we got. Alright guys, so I am back in the office. Got back from that little trip doing that bulk purchase. purchased. So just going to kind of give you guys a little look around of what we have going on here, and yeah, we'll go from there. You can see got a Pokemon Center queue going. I believe they're dropping the 30th anniversary booster bundles. Hopefully I can grab something from that, because I was not able to get any ETBs from the other day. So we will see. So before we look at anything in here, go take a look at the bulk that we have sitting out here. As you can see, it has taken over my dining room table. So we got 1, 2, 5 rows, 3, 4 rows, and a bunch of ETB stuff right here. So still got to work on getting that sorted through and taken care of. So more of the office. Obviously you saw this over here. This is my area, my computer and station. This is where I do all my stuff at. See my scanner back here, the Fujitsu FI8170. My personal collection binders, stuff that I picked up at Walmart earlier while I was out doing that little bulk deal. It's the bulk right here. We'll take a look at that in a minute. And we got more bulk. That's from a Chaos Rising ETB that I just broke open the other night. And we got bulk, sorted bulk. This is all Vivid Voltage. And we got more bulk back here. We got Magic. We got Japanese Vice Spores. We got some illustration rares, EXs, and hits from various stuff. We got more Magic there. 3D print. I do 3D printing, so 3D print a decent amount of stuff that I use for the business here. This little spot right here, see, we got some more right there, more bulk right there. So this is primarily from right here at the monitor over. This is my wife's setup where she does gaming and all that kind of stuff. Then our supply closet right here, as you can see, bulk, 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 bulk. This is the inventory that we had listed that I am currently working through to set an alpha sort. So that's what we've got going on. We got to relist all of this stuff and get it resorted, and then work on everything that we have in the dining room on the table, because yeah, we got a lot. So this box right here is going to stay as a Chaos. This is my eBay box, so we've got a decent amount, a few thousand cards in there that we have listed up. So yeah, that's what we have going on. Go back over here and take a look through the bulk that we picked up. Alright guys, now that we're set up over here, let's take a look. All of this should pretty much just be non-hollow stuff. Let's see. Energies. Some people do better when it comes to taking energies out, but let's see, it looks like we got some Chaos Rising, some Destined Rivals, there's Surging Sparks, Mega Evolution, more Chaos, Phantasmal, looks to be all in fairly decent condition. Chaos Rising. Let's see. This should all be non-hollow. What was that? Oh, that was a coin. Yeah. A little Chikorita coin. Let's see. Chaos. Another coin. Prismatic. Chaos. Direct. Not direct. Destined Rivals. Not too bad there. And then we've got this Let's see. More non-hollow stuff. Chaos, Phantasmal, Prismatic, Chaos. A lot of Chaos. That's okay. Phantasmal, Destined. So yeah, little pickup that we did. I think it was roughly 1,600-ish cards here. But we'll work on getting that added to the pile to sort through. So yeah, that's the operation right now. Slow grind, got a lot of work to do, but you know, yeah, we just gotta keep working on it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's my first video, so if anything is messed up or just kind of whack, bear with me. Need to learn, need to get better, and hopefully we will get better with time. Anyway, give us a subscribe, click that notification bell, like, comment, all that kind of stuff. If you want to check out some other links of ours, which I'll put down in the description, but if you go to CSRATCG.com, that will redirect you to our link tree, which has our eBay store, our TCG Player Pro store, which currently will not have anything on it because we have to rebuild our inventory. But once it gets built back up, the Pro store, we pay less fees in. So we typically mark things that we have on there 5% under market, just because we pay less fees, so try to pass that on to people and give them a little break on stuff. So yeah, appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you next time.